Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. The Australian-born punter Mitch Wishnowsky to get things going. And we are underway from Santa Clara. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, remember, these two teams met earlier in the year in Santa Clara with the Niners coming out on top. So a win here in Santa Clara would give them the season series. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Murray. Dancing to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Even though it's the opening drive of the game, he wasn't shy about taking off and running with the football, even knowing the defense is definitely going to take their shots at him, and that's exactly what they did. He better learn to slide, otherwise he won't be around to finish this one.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive. Couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Murray, strong running, and out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Edmonds. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. 2nd down and 4. Going quickly out wide to Moore. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Murray flips his forward on the jet sweep. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Play action. Now it's Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 17-yard line. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, tried to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Looks like they quit hitting the snooze button on their alarm there. Finally a sign of life from this defense. They've been fairly passive on this opening drive. Now able to stand up on 1st and goal. And they sent that play backwards.
On 2nd and goal, Murray buying time to his left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
49ers nothing.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Lance now on 1st down. Flushed out right. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Kind of an odd schedule this year. These two teams getting their 2 games in very late in the season. Their first meeting just a few weeks ago, back in Week 15. And it was the visiting Niners who won that ball game, so they'll look to make it a clean sweep here at home in Santa Clara. Play action, now it's Lance. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game. Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing now is Murray. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Eric Armstead make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Another try after the first down sack. Murray forced out to his left. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And that'll make the score 14-0.
49ers nothing.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot and looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On first down, Edmonds, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Here's a give to Edmonds running to the right. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Being chased out left. Murray fighting, lost the football. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They're going for it. It's Murray. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. Touchdown, Cardinals.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Chase Edmonds with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Prater for the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
He's not going to get me.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, let's get that ball. Black shot. Mike 9.
On play action, Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Watch number 5. Watch number 5.
Lance looks to throw again.
Come on, boys, come on.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10. Off of play action, here's Lance. Steps away to his left. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get one step. If you're within one step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
On 2nd and 9, Lance. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
Yeah.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Mike 22, Mike 22.
Here's Lance. Escaping the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Lance now on 3rd and goal. Flush to his right. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers get a score closer. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Murray. Eluding the pressure right.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Murray.
He'll get this underneath to Edmonds.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Dancing to his left. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Prater's kick is good. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the 2nd half of Week 17 is underway.
And we will not have a run back here as the 2nd half starts with a touchback.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Now Lance.
And this one is incomplete.
The scoreboard tells a story for them, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Shotgun now for Lance.
Into the secondary, and a loose football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Following the fumble recovery, Lance. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Now a play fake. Lance.
This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Flushed out right.
He'll dump that one off to Mitchell. And the 49ers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Here's Lance to throw it.
Escaping the pressure right. And it'll be intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Cards are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. And I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Buying time to his left.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
They'll run on 1st down. Edmonds, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Come on. Back six. Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray.
He'll go out to the flat for Edmonds.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Running left, here's Edmonds. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Budda Baker with a pick. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Niners' 4-yard line.
Able to push his way, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray, a 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead is now 24. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Right back to Mitchell on second down. And he's got room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And now they'll throw with Lance. Taking a shot for Samuel. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw again on second down. Lance. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Jordan Phillips. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Murray. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
He's got it. So they convert the 2 that keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And the pick six we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a two-possession game as they control their destiny in this fourth quarter. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies. Murray now on first down. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right coverage.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Eric Armstead in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Murray now to throw. Forced out to his left. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
From the gun, Murray. Flush to his right. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark, because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Edmonds. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Chase Edmonds with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Cardinals are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Prater for the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
On first down, Lance. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 20. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column, eluding the pressure right. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. Play action. Now it's Murray. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They're going for it. It's Murray being chased out left. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
And that's a big...
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is.
And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The false start backs him up 5. First and 15. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. Flushed out right. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll make it second down.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Marcus Golden in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. One final try now for Lance.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Marco Wilson. And the Cardinals come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business.